Nigel Farage suggests his MPs should debate rolling back abortion limit. I'm going to read into this more from The Guardian, you guys. Let's go. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. This is Reganelite here with an article from The Guardian with the headline that Nigel Farage suggests MPs should debate rolling back abortion limits. The Reform UK leader said it would be a worthy discussion and Parliament should get more time to debate things people talk about at home. Guys, while you're here, make sure you hit the like button and share this across social media so others are notified of this video. What does Nigel Farage know about abortion, or let alone I know about abortion, when it comes to women's rights? This is the potential start of what he wants to do, and that is to dictate the control of women's rights over their bodies when it comes to this extremely sensitive topic. Oh, you don't think he doesn't want to? Oh, you think I'm joking? I'm not joking. I'm not joking. This guy wants to take the same ideas that America has when it comes to women no longer having complete and total rights what to do with their bodies over in America, and he wants to apply that here in the UK. The reason that he is saying this now is because the anti-abortion groups here in the UK allegedly have started pouring some money and started getting in his ear, and those over in America want us to go down that same path. Now, luckily, the majority of politicians and the majority of public are pretty content, with the abortion, with what we have at the moment. Now, some people may say there may be a conversation worth about it. Is there worth a conversation about this, or should we be more concerned, I don't know, with the cost of living crisis, with our healthcare system? Maybe we should be more concerned about, the environment. How about that? We've had obviously what's happened with farming. Immigration. Are these not things that we should be having? Are these not more important debates or topics to be discussing? Maybe some people will disagree. But if I'm honest, it's not something that Nigel Farage, he's not doing this in the interest of women's rights in any way, shape or form. He is a grifter. He's always been a grifter, and he intends to grift people in this. This is a man who is not thinking about your interest. He's never have, and he never will. When's the last time he's actually done? What's he done recently in Clacton? Can anyone tell me? Yeah, I thought so. So Nigel Farage has said MPs should look at rolling back Britain's abortion limit from 24 weeks in a signal that he could try to open up a debate about women's reproductive rights. The Reform UK leader was speaking as he unveiled the former Conservative Minister Andrea Jenkyns as the latest recruit to Reform UK, announcing she would be the party's candidate for the Mayor of Lincolnshire. Responding to questions about the assisting dying bill, which he will vote against, Farage said Parliament should be allowed more time to debate things that people at home talk about. Is 24 weeks right for abortion, given that we now say babies at 22, he said. That to me would be worthy of a debate in Parliament, but should that be along party lines? I don't think so. Heidi Stewart, the Chief Executive of the British Pregnancy Advistory Service, said, despite what anti-abortion campaigns would have MPs think, rolling back women's hard-won rights is not what people at home are interested in. Louise McCudden, the head of external affairs at MSI Reproductive Choices and sexual and reproductive health service provider, said calls to reduce the time limits are based on ideology and are not supported by clinical evidence. If MPs are going to debate anything on this issue, it should be reforming our Victorian abortion laws, which leave women threatening with prison or for making decisions about our own bodies. McCudden said most common circumstances that MSIs saw leading to an abortion at 22 weeks or later involved unexpected health risks during a wanted pregnancy or foetal anomalies. Sorry if I can't pronounce that word. Which are often not detected until 20 weeks or later. The Labour MP Stella Creasy said 90% of abortions happen in this country before 10 weeks. So just in case anyone wants to think that there is a minority, but the majority is before 10 weeks, those who do it. Those rare ones that do happen later are the most heartbreaking, as they often involve fatal conditions that mean much longer for children do not survive birth. Farage, who was bullish about his party being able to grow from his 5 MPs to become the official opposition in future, also told the press conference that he believed he could count on his new friend Elon, referring to the owner of X, Elon Musk. Yeah, because he will amplify things in the interest of those who are against British interests, pretty much. Farage said he was looking forward to cuts being made to the US administrative state, which he describes as a blueprint for Reform UK to follow if things go well at the next general election. You don't want that. You watch what happens to the US over the next 4 years. Trust me, you will not want what's going to happen there here. Jenkyns, who said Farage happens to be the 100,000 Reform member, joining the party leader on stage at Central London, where she said her old party was a sinking ship and that was beyond salvaging. Her decision to join Reform came as a surprise. However, she engaged in a bitter public row with the party earlier this year after claiming a pro-Brexit businessman had offered her jobs to defect. She was bitterly critical of Reform in July after an attack by the party's deputy leader Richard Tice, who had accused her of bribing her Reform general election rival in the constituency of Leeds South West and Morley. It's very funny that, isn't that, coming from Andrea Jenkyns? And all of a sudden now they all seem to be friends. Yeah, you're going to tell me there's something wrong here. On that occasion, Jenkyns insisted that she never came close to defecting to Reform and described Tice as wild accusations and liberous in an attempt to deflect from his own embarrassing behaviour. Asked on Thursday how long she had been thinking about defecting, she said she has always respected Farage and noted her work with Tice during the Brexit campaign. We are politically aligned, and how long I have been thinking about it. Well, I mean, it was tempting before the general election, but I'm a loyal person to the party, she said. Jenkyns had been in a long conversational figure with Tory ranks and campaigned with a picture of Farage on leaflets while even in the party. In 2022, as a newly appointed education minister, she responded to complaints after making a rude gesture outside Downing Street by saying she had been provoked by a battling mob. No, people have a right to protest, and she just decided to flick her finger at them very rudely. The arrival of Jenkyns coincided with the announcement by Reform's former deputy leader Ben Habib that he was quitting the party in protesting what he said was the failure to democratise, claiming a new constitution was a reheated document that left Farage ultimately in control. He also alleged that Reform UK branches have been instructed by party headquarters not to work with him or invite him to speak. Interesting points there. Obviously, the main subject, I just want to touch on is obviously Nigel Farage and the abortion limits, because that's the main discussion here. Look, if there is a case and there is evidence to support it, then bring evidence to support it. But until then, leave it as it is. You know, if there is a general, if people want to have a discussion about it, if women want to have a serious discussion about it, then let them. But until there is a conversation, or if there's polls, or if there's if there's enough people on the street that say they want to have this conversation about abortion, then do so. But until then, Nigel Farage needs to shut up about it. Like I said at the start of the video, the only reason he's doing this is he's being paid for, allegedly, by the anti-abortion campaigns to try and get a conversation rolling, just like they got the conversation rolling in America, where some states now, women do not have the right to choose what to do with their own body. And this is exactly down the path that Nigel Farage wants to take it here in the UK. Do not take this as a case of he just wants to have a conversation about abortions. No, he wants it to go that far. You do not back someone like Donald Trump, back a Republican Party that did what they did in America, and not want to have the same things. He will amplify this if he has the opportunity to do so. But but you can see the way he was doing it. He was very careful with his words, because he knows that if he be too open about his position, his loyal fans will turn on him. Believe me, he is not for women having control of their reproductive rights. But some of you may disagree. Some of you may think he actually is. And some of you may actually think that there's a real conversation to be had. So, for those who are women and who are in favour or have abortions, or in any cases of that, what do you honestly think? Is there a case to be having a discussion about abortion in the UK, or is there no case at all? And do you agree, like me, that Nigel Farage is using it as a ploy, potentially, to start up a conversation that nobody wants to have a conversation about? Let me know your thoughts and more down in the comments section below. If you found this video interesting, please hit the like button, greatly appreciated. Share it across social media so others are notified of this video. If you haven't subscribed already, please consider subscribing because it really does help support the channel. If you want to go one step further and financially support me and the work that I do here, you can do so by becoming a YouTube member for as little as 99p, or join me on Rumble or Patreon for exclusive content on those platforms. So thank you all so much for watching, and I hope to catch you all very, very soon.